Hello, my dear students, and welcome to today's lesson. Reading Part 1. Be part of the art. For Grade 9, Module 3, Lesson C, Students Book page 34. Let's get started. Let's start with the learning objectives. Students will be able to, number 1, recognize some words related to the reading text. Be part of the art. Number 2, identify the suitable heading for each paragraph after skimming the text. Be part of the art. Here we are going to recognize some words related to the reading text. Look at these two pictures. Exhibit, and it is a noun, which means something that is placed somewhere for people to see. For example, the exhibits at the museum are amazing. The next word is permanent, and it is an adjective, which means lasting forever or for a long time, not temporary. Let's see the example. Installation art can be permanent or last for just a few hours. Look at these shoes and this book. They are tiny, and it is an adjective, which means very small. For example, the baby's shoes are so tiny. The next word is puddle, and it is a noun, which means a small pool, especially of rainwater. For example, you have to step around the puddles in the street after a rain shower. Look at these people here in this picture. They are called humanity, and it is a noun, which means all people. Let's see the example. The scientists sent a warning to humanity. Can you describe these two buildings? They are contemporary, and it is a noun, which means modern. Look at the following example. Rashid doesn't understand contemporary art because it confuses him. Do you know what we call this part of a room? Excellent, my students. Ceiling, and it is a noun, which means the top part of a room. For example, my brother painted the ceiling of his bedroom yesterday. This is the last word in our lesson today. Reaction, and it is a noun, which means your behavior and actions after something happens. Let's see the example. What was Ahmed's reaction when you told him the good news? Now open your student's book, page 34, and this is the text of our lesson today. Look at this text, then answer the following questions. Number 1. What is the title of the text? Excellent, my students. Be part of the art. Number 2. How many paragraphs are there? Very good. 4 paragraphs. Question number 3. Where can you find this type of text? In an art magazine or in a newspaper? Well done, my students. It's in an art magazine. Also, this is a pre-reading activity. Go to your student's book, page 34. 1. Read. A. Discuss. Here we are going to discuss these 2 questions. The first one. Do you often visit museums or art galleries? Why or why not? The second one, what do you know about installation art? Now pause the video, think, then answer. Now let's check your answers. Here I have some suggested answers for you. You can compare them with your answers. For question number 1, the answer is, yes I do, because it broadens my mind and relaxes me. Or, no I don't, because I find it boring. For question number 2, the answer is, I don't know anything about it. Or, I think that it is a form of art which includes sound, live performances, video, and the internet. Here we are going to identify the suitable heading for each paragraph. And this is a while reading activity, exercise B, in the student's book, page 34. Read the text quickly or skim the text and match the paragraphs 1 to 4 with the headings. As you see here, we have 4 paragraphs and here we have 4 headings. A break in the weather. B, an experience of senses. C, soon none will be left. D, short-lived artwork. Now we are going to skim the text, then identify or match the paragraphs 1 to 4 with these headings. Now we are going to read the text and you can follow the speaker. Let's start.
3C. 1. Read. Be part of the art. Installation art isn't just about making paintings or sculptures. It's a kind of art that uses the area it's in to help people enjoy it. It includes exhibits with sound, live performances, video, and even the internet. People who experience installation art often have to use different senses at the same time, not only sight, but also hearing, smell, and touch. You can find installation art in galleries, but also in public places, and it can be permanent or last for just a few hours, days, or weeks. The main point is not only to look at the art, but to experience it and feel part of the art too. In 2009, Brazilian artist Nel Azevedo created an installation called Melting Men. She created 1,000 tiny ice sculptures of men and placed them in a sitting position on steps in a square in Berlin. They quickly began to melt and were soon just a puddle of water. About 30 minutes later, there was nothing there. The Melting Men installation has appeared in various cities like Paris, Florence, Havana, and Sao Paulo. Azevedo's installation is more than just art. She wants people to become aware of the melting ice caps at the poles and how this can cause water levels to rise. Her art sends a warning to humanity. In 2012, the contemporary art studio Random International turned one of the rooms at the Barbican Centre in London into a rain room. Rain fell from the ceiling of the room non-stop. Visitors could hear, see, and even smell the rain. But when they walked through the room, they didn't get wet. 8 digital cameras followed each visitor, and a computer stopped the rain above them. This made the people feel they were in control of the rain. Random International saw the installation as a social experiment and were interested in people's reactions. In 2018, Australian artists Gilly and Mark installed the tallest rhino statue ever made in the centre of New York City. This statue, called The last 3 shows 3 rhinos, one on top of the other, and represents the last 3 northern white rhinos living in Kenya. The artists made it so large because they want people to realize that if we don't do something, all rhinos will be in danger of dying out. They also encourage people to send goodbye messages to the rhinos, which they will use to try to get governments to stop people from using rhino horns.
Now, after skimming the text, we are going to match the paragraphs 1 to 4 with the headings. Pause the video, then match. Okay, my students, now let's check your answers. Look at paragraph number 1. What is the suitable heading for this paragraph? Excellent, my students. It's B, an experience of senses. Can you find a clue in the text to justify this answer? Very good, my students. It's here, in line 4, 5, and 6. Look at paragraph number 2. What is the suitable heading? Very good, my students. It's D, short-lived artwork. Can you find a clue to justify this answer? That's right. It's here in this part. Paragraph number 3. What is the suitable heading for this paragraph? Well done, my students. It's A, a break in the weather. Can you find a clue to justify this answer? That's right. It's here in this part, line 3, 4, and 5. The last paragraph, number 4. Of course, the suitable heading is C. Soon, none will be left. Can you justify this answer? Well done, my students. It's here in this part. Now open your workbook, page 30, exercise B. Complete with the words in the box. As you see here, we have a text with 8 missing words. We are going to complete this text with these words. Let's read them. Imagination, experience, causes, exhibits, sculptures, exhibitions, contemporary, art. Now, pause the video, then complete with the words in the box. Now, let's check your answers. Well done, my students. This is exercise C in the workbook, page 30. Circle the correct words. As you see here, we have 6 dialogues. Here we are going to circle the correct words in bold. Now read the sentences and their options, then pause the video, then circle the correct words. Let's check your answers. Well done, my students. Okay, my dear students, this is the end of our lesson today, reading part 1. In reading part 2, we will handle exercise C and D. Till we meet again, thank you and goodbye.